morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm your host, Stephen Topham the third at your service. Now we're going to look at redeem for respect. Now, a lot of people want redemption for respect and honesty and trust, and you want to build that trust and honesty and respect. You have to be honest with yourselves. For starters, you cannot move forward unless you got that in hand. We also have to understand the North Norfolk Railway will not have that because the management twisted their bloody minds. So if you had all the porters, the guards, and all the employees and the volunteers now, who's on the platform, they probably are feeling guilty. They're probably being a little bit selfish. They're probably being a little bit misunderstood, misled, which is what I would say. No more confusion or delay around here. So when people feel like they've got a lot of respect, come on, how do you redeem for respect? Now, a lot of you may find ways and answers to get around this, but the thing is, I've been seeing diesels coming on a level crossing. Now, that's wrong. Why? Steam locomotives are supposed to come. Why? Because the rise of the hats. Rise of respect of respect me, obviously, Stephen Topham at the third. You can't just say, "Oh, we acknowledge that. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Close the door. Right, whatever." Some people may not do that because they have so much respect for me. Why is that? 8 billion people against the North Norfolk Railway as we speak. The North Norfolk Railway screwed up somehow. Why is that? Because certain people from, like we all have our informants, our connections, etc., etc. But we also, I'm not crossing the line here. There's a reason for that. It's because I've been safeguarded by my family, friends, connections, and colleagues in every angle. But we have to look at it, redeem for respect. It's going to take a lot longer than 1 year. It's going to take 2 years, probably 3 years. But you have to understand what's happening on that premises, right? That premises will not help you. You know, the North Norfolk Railway in general, or the North Western Railway Company, has to take advantages on this and say, look, okay, we screwed up, we did this, we done that. Why did people acknowledge what was unfolding in front of their eyes and acknowledge you are asking 1 minute, set of you are asking for trouble, and some of you are asking for respect and redemption here, right? I get that. I'm splitting you into two categories, right? You got to start at the bottom and work your way up, right? You want redeem, you for respect. So do I. A lot of us want that. I guarantee it, right? But as long as we off the platform, we're not going to succeed anymore than what we have accomplished. All right, we're going to example it in a way that you can understand. A lot of people know it's the truth, it's logic, it's respect, and acknowledgement. Why? Right? A lot of people go to arms and length to push their arms and length to say, look, you screwed up, clear it up, and apologise for God's sake. If the North Norfolk Railway are not willing to do that, then they're not fit to be on that platform or on that railway system. Why? Because they dishonest you. Why? When something good comes to your way, this is why we're asking for redemption, for respect. Why? I'm doing this as a special podcast because I want you to wake up, smell that coffee, have a cup of coffee, tea, and everything. We established that you need with support. I established that you lot, both of you, the two of you, like two in the other day, it's all true, it's all logic, and it's all respect. Why? Redeem for respect. RFR. Why? Do you think I was brought up by. Let's take it from another angle so you get a better understanding. What would you get at the North Norfolk Railway today? Scrap. Heap. Nothing from them. Oh, Lord, they will appreciate everybody except me. Why? They exclude me like I'm a piece of shit, excuse my language. But that's what they established, right? The North Norfolk Railway will never support you, right? At the moment, there's two of them. That one of them is got guilty conscience, and some of you that haven't. Why? You right? A lot of victims in the premises or outside the premises understand it's acknowledging what has unfolded is coming out to light and it's coming to truth, and you can't take the heat, you can't get it in the kitchen, and it's all there in black and white, right? You have to establish it's all true, it's all acknowledgement, and it's all understanding. You can't bend the rules and regulations just for you, right? It has to apply to everybody. The management will not do anything about it because you left it on the hook for 6 years. Right? You've got to snap out your fingers and realize, yes, we are wrong. Yes, we're getting the blame because we don't want to take the blame or take responsibility on top of it, right? The management will not see the broad of daylight. Why? They, in the day, they're cowards. They don't have respect for you. They don't even have respect for me in general. I said, shut up. Let's get it sorted. Right? You want redemption. You want respect. You want to redeem for respect. You want honesty. You want trust. You want all of that, but you've got to be honest with yourself. Right? How many of you actually realised what is unfolding, acknowledging that the truth, the logic, and the respect, and you actually got to realise, come on, grow up. Right? The community and everybody else around me know I'm innocent. Right? My mother is innocent. Duck is innocent. All the steam team are innocent. Why? Because we didn't do anything wrong. Right? Gordon innocent. Gordon innocent is innocent. Henry is innocent. James is innocent. Why? Because they were accused by Davis Diesel. Now, I would never hesitate for three big angels to come in front of my face and ask me for respect and honesty and trust. Why? Because they did not do nothing wrong, nor did Duck. So we rule that out. We know we're coming back to Duck's story and everything else. Why? This is what is the time looping round me. Why? Because it's all going round in circles. Right? The management fuck your heads up. Excuse my language. That's what they've done. They screwed your heads up. And some of you want redemption. Some of you are like saying, we are victims. I gather that. I gathered the whole community is victimized because they all got booted out in 2019. Well, in 2024, it's happening again, repeatedly. Why? You're getting engines that you were supposed to get, like diesel engines, something like that, which is not in the time line stream strip. But there could be, like, I could say, it could be beer, it could be anything. The diesel, the steam trains and the diesels and all of that you're getting throughout the years, next 10, 20 years, it's going to be on our heads, our shoulders. But we still want respect and honesty and trust. All three of those. If you don't have those, you're gone, gone, gone. Why? The people that are victimised, they haven't done nothing wrong. They haven't hurt me, they sworn at me or cursed at me or anything. What happens? Ding, ding, ding. The porters and the guards are going to snap. Why? Because they can't work it out. They can't force it out, but they can't work it out. Why? Why is this guy so damn important? Well, okay, let me put it in a two-way direction, right? Some of you want respect, some of you don't, some of you are victims, some are not, some are untrustworthy, blah, 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 going down the line. And then you're ending up thinking, who do we trust in that place? Right? We need honesty. You want trust and you want that respect, but you're not going to get it overnight. I keep repeating myself over time because everybody's not picking up the picture and realizing it's a bigger picture than what the event what is unfolding in front of you. You have to realise, okay, if you want this, you're gonna have to earn it. If you want this, you can respect it or you can go. Leave the building. Don't come back. Because in the days, because you're disrespecting yourself. So you need to work out, right? The management should never have done what they've done, right? They've gone beyond their comprehension. Oh, they could go through left, right, and centre. I've spoken to my mother just recently, right? About 5 minutes ago, and acknowledged that, what? This is what I'm going to do. Bang, 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 she said. I won't go into details, but it's going to go out. And it's going to be acknowledged that the North Norfolk Railway can't handle their own problem because they've got this big, big problem in their faces saying, look, how do you get a good person to come back to you? It's like saying you can't just say he's banned all his life or you're banned because you done this and you done that. That's BS. Right? How can you tell a lie from the actual truth? Right? The lie is in the letter. Right? When you want to redeem that for respect and honesty and trust, you have to go through the chain of command that has gone through the chain of command is to gain people's respect and honesty, right? You're not going to gain it by lying to people, right? Let me give you an example, right? The setup, how they sweep it under the carpet is two separate main keys around it. Right, Daisy's not going to get away with murder. Davis Diesel's not going to get away with murder, nor his wife. Why? Three are pain in the asses. Right, my mother and I and Duck are innocent, so is my steam team, so is the rest of my fleet. Why? You do not discriminate me in any shape or form. Right? Or the way you talk, or the way you say you're banned for the premises because the management says. I said I'm higher than the management. Tell them to, like, grow up or something. You know, you've got to stand up with your 2 feet and realise, why do we have to listen to you when you've been dishonest? Because, I mean, let's just take it from an example, right? They've been dishonest with you, right? The management has been dishonest with you, right? Are you going to accept that and be honest and say, no, you won't accept that because it's wrong? You want respect, you're going to have to redeem it and respect, full respect. Why? Because I'm now separating the North Norfolk Railway away from you. Why? Because I have to judge you as a person, not as a part of the railway. I have to judge you to get the respect you want and the honesty you want or you need, vice versa. Why? I've been diplomatic to try and solve this issue. I said I'm innocent. Period. Right? And there's another one. Thank you to my private connections. And just understand what's been unfolding here. You're trying to get me to be cleared. Clear name. Always stand up and be honest. Right? You have to be. If you can't work on that railway and stand up and be honest, the management is a liars. Pants on fires. They're not going to be honest to you. They're going to be dishonest to a point. Why? They have a guilty conscience that they don't want you to have, or they just want to sweep it under the carpet and make them realise why. You redeem for respect. We all want it. Don't get me wrong, it's a need, not a want. It's a complete need for everybody. But the thing is, you have to listen to me to get the respect and the honesty. You're not going to say, oh, right, the management told us we can't allow you on the platform. That's dishonesty. Why? Because they're telling you something, they're giving you an order, right? I'm not ordering you. I've been honest with you. I've been respectful to you. I try to get it up front. I've been honest with you. I said, if you really want to get my name cleared, you got to be honest with yourself. Is the management being honest with you? And I'm going to point myself in the position that you can see me. Just hold up, right? We're going to really put our foot down on it, right? And you're going to have to be really useful, right? And you got to be realistic. Now, you're talking to me face to face. You'll listen, and you would definitely listen, right? My my private connection knows everything you are doing, left, right, or centre, and I'll be watching eyes and ears everywhere. I don't BS, right? I don't bullshit, and everybody's like saying, yeah. So, realistically, be honest. Because if you're not going to get the honesty, you're going to find out that place is just honest with you. The Norfolk Railway will be sometimes honest with you, and then be dishonest with everybody else. Right? They have got no decency to be honest with you. Not all the time. You're not going to see it. Why? Because they try to be dishonest with you. Right? You have to realise they're not gonna save your asses and say you're cleared to work on here or you're cleared to do that job or you're cleared to do that. Oh, you want honesty? I'll tell you what's the proper. There's a difference between the honesty and respect and everything else. It's all connected. So you want those little tiny pieces to connect properly? You have to realise that I'm being honest. You're being disrespectful. That's the Norfolk Railway for you. But they're going to be that way because they listen to the management. Right? I'm telling them, don't listen to the management. Why? The management has set a lot of people up in different ways than you can imagine, right? We have to keep being honest with each other, which is why we are establishing it to make it quite clear and crystal to make you understand you're not listening to false information. You're gaining proper information and being honest, right? Davis Diesel and Daisy had their comings, right? And now we've just got one more to boot out. The management will collapse. Then you'll ask me to come back to the railway because I'm here to clear up your mess, which you created in 2019 and booted us the hell a lot of us out, right? We got disrespected, right, in every shape or form, right? Certain person who I will not name, right, one of the management team said, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I told her, "Can we speak in the office?" I've been I've been straight and forward and polite. I did not be dishonest with any of you right now. I'm telling you what went on that premises. Right? I'm acknowledging to you that I know everything that's unfolding straight off. Right? I have to be honest with everybody. So it's true, it's honest, and then acknowledge that you have to put yourself first before others. I said, look around you. Do you see the management actually care about you? No. They've got a lot of guilty conscience right now to fix this problem. They can't fix the problem without me, right? Because they've been dishonest with you. Right? For 6 years, they've been dishonest. Right? And they said, look, and acknowledge everything that comes away in the front of your path, right? People are listening. People are understanding. People are respecting me. Why? Because I was treated with disrespect. People did not know what was coming their way. Some people, nearly 8 billion billion people around the globe knows this thing was coming. Did they ever tell everybody? No. They kept it to themselves until the. Have you heard of saying like it was written, it was confirmed, and it was acknowledged by Reverend Robert Audrey, right? And it was acknowledged by him what was unfolding to you. You have to now take it as a hint, because it's not a joke, it's not a laughing matter, and you have to acknowledge everything that's unfolded so far, right? Norfolk Rowing are not going to listen to this because they don't want to care. They don't care about that. They care about their job. I said, look, talking about jobs is one thing, but acknowledging that the management is going against your will, that's like stripping the rank, stripping the collar, whatever you want to name it, and say, right, if you're not going to listen to us, you're fired. I said, look, they don't deserve to be fired this time round. Because the first time you got away with it. The second time, you are not. Why? Let me put it in another perspective for you. Daisy had her upcoming, right? We all know her story is 18 and over. We can't go through her story like a big book. Right? We have to acknowledge every fact. So we have to acknowledge that Davis Diesel was crafty, stupid, but acknowledging like, oh, I could do the better job. Can you remember the time that when Davis Diesel said, we are revolutionary? Now, is that something familiar that you can't redeem that? No. And a lot of people say it's a load of bullshit. A lot of people agree with that because it was unfolded, it was truthful, and it was straight to the point. He was in the office writing everything down. He was got all the employees and the volunteers names, including my own, and did not acknowledge that he nearly booted out the big boss. He never had a chance. Why? Because his wife did the work for him. He was a lazy little dumb fuck. Excuse my language, but it's no lie. Right? So he's the one who was trying to get cocky and laughing and matter. I said, do you want to be deemed for respect? I said, the half the porters, guards, and everybody don't even realise that Davis Diesel did this and then framed everybody, Tom, Dick, and Harry, on the platform. Oh, yeah, that happened all right. So what happened? If they acknowledge everything that's unfolding so quickly, you can't take the heat. So what happens? People are aware of this. People acknowledge it because they know it's real. It's not false information. So what happens to Mr. Diesel when he has all the employees' names and volunteers' names, making false accusations saying that they did this and they did that, and I said acknowledge, and they really pointed it out, one left, right, and centre, and acknowledge everything and say, oh, he's got that problem, or oh, that she's got that problem, and all. I said, right, that's a load of BS. Cut the crap. I know your dirty work, Diesel. And then I left the building. Right, I came back the following day, just acting normal, and then ending up finding out that Steven Steagall's wife ending up saying, what's wrong? Because she wanted to get more information out of me. She couldn't do it. Nor did Daisy try to do it with my mother. So work it out. It's all true. It's all agreeable. Yes. Acknowledge everything and listen and always stand up and be honest with yourself because it's acknowledging everything that's unfolding. You're not going to examples just say be acknowledged, listen to what's unfolding and everything else because it's all true, it's all acknowledgement, and it's all that. But by the time you realise that Davis Diesel has nearly got away with blue murder, well, he nearly framed three big engines, Gordon, Henry, and James, and they didn't want to know about Duck. Duck is innocent. They know this time round, this is the third generation we're talking about, and they know that Duck is innocent. They know they were innocent. So Davis Diesel can't target them because they were safeguarded. Why? Because while Daisy did her tricks and then Davis Diesel did his wife was the middle woman, if you like to call it correctly. But in the day, you have to acknowledge everything. It's like saying, yeah, well, redeem for respect. You got to realise why it's unfolded this way or why did it unfold this way. You got to acknowledge that it's more than anything. You got to acknowledge everything that's unfolding. Right? Do you know why? Because everybody knows what's unfolding. They don't need to say, right, boom, boom, going left, right, say, no. Well, now the Norfolk Railway's got stuck in a situation they can't get out of because they booted me out. Well, excuse me, why I'm your boss. Right? Yes, and a lot of people say, yep. A lot of people will say agreeable. Why? Because it's true. There's a logic to this, and there's a lot more to it. The North Norfolk Railway will not give any respect to any employees of theirs right now. They're all working around the platform, acknowledging what they were doing or whatever they're doing, but they're not acknowledging what they damaged already. So you've got damaged goods, then you've got real people in play. You've got real people that have well respected on that North Norfolk Railway Force slash the North Western Railway Company. We acknowledge that it's all true. So in the day, so acknowledging everything is understandable, but you've got to realise how do you redeem for respect? It works two ways, right? One, you have to be honest with yourself and be honest and always stand up for yourself. But at the same time, there are people out there that will be deceitful, lie, mistrust, mislead information. What do? They go click, click, click until some people get pushed out. Well, for me, it was all true coming out and acknowledging everything which is true. We just acknowledge everything and understand why the North Norfolk Railway failed. Why did they boot out the only person they could rely on and being honest with you and be straightforward with you that this whole thing was a complete setup just to get rid of me, my volunteers, and my employees as well. Why? There was 1,000 volunteers and some of them were employees as well. What do? You have to be honest, what acknowledge everything that's unfolding. But you don't seem like we all jump in like a pot. Of course, everybody's been affected because of that unfoldment. Acknowledge that. Diesel's not going to take the full whack now. He's gone. He's gone off the premises. His wife is still there, obviously, and then Daisy's off the premises as well. Why? A lot of people don't realise what was unfolding and now it's hitting them in the face. Acknowledge everything that you see because when it comes to you, it all unfolds naturally. But in the day, I am what I am. Yes, I am a Hatt member of a family, and that's not going to change. Of course, you have to acknowledge also on top that everything unfolds for a reason. But there is one more thing. Why are the porters and the guards being asked me to be banned from the premises when I'm their boss? Let me ask that question to everybody, even the ones that are watching me right now. Are you acknowledged that you've been saying what I'm acknowledging to you? Why did the management tell everybody to ban me for to keep me off the premises when I've also been banned when the letter stated that I was physically and verbally abusive? No. So then you work out the next one. Banned from the premises. It's another one. And voluntary license taken away. What was a complete setup in the end? It was Stephen Diesel's work, yes. Daisy's handiwork as well. That's two. And then the third one comes from Joe Mudden herself, Devious Diesel's wife. So three people did three setups on one piece of paper. And that's all facts, all truth, and that's all logic. Okay, maybe my word against theirs, but what's more honesty here? Who had that bloody information to begin with? How can you work out one letter as a complete setup by three individuals? So work it out. It could not come from me or my mother or Duck. So we're innocent as pie. Even Gordon, Henry, and James as well, and acknowledge why. Why? because the truth is now hurting people, but it's actually helping people around the globe. Why? People redeem for respect and they want honesty as well and they want trust and they want this. And you telling me, let me give you another example, right? All my contacts around the globe, even the connections, they know exactly what's unfolding. Right? They don't need to ask, but it's already there in black and white. I can't always be acknowledged, but I am here. I'm acknowledging it to you, and a lot of people totally agree. Why? Because we already know the three suspects are. We know they set up the letter quite well. But why did the voluntary license get taken away? By Joe Mudden herself. So what happened to the other one? The top one, the very first one, the verbally and physically abused. That came from Daisy herself. So then the third one came from Andrew Mudden himself, saying you're banned from the premises. Bang, 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 bang. Now, work it all out. It's all agreeable. It's all trust and acknowledge everything because it's all truth. And that's what stand up being honest is being all about. I always stand up and being honest with you lot. And a lot of people do agree. Why? Because that's the truth, it's the facts, and it's the logic. It's something that the cops did not see at first. Why? Because they did not realise three people, but every one of them, out of all three, right, out of in the letter and the letter itself, saying I'm verbally, physically abusive. Target number one came from suspect one, which it would be Daisy. Now number two, the voluntary license and all that, came from Joe Mudden herself. Then the last one come from Davis Diesel. Bang, 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 bang. Why did they want me out? So I can't get on the platform to help the people out of today. And look at where you are, 2024, and it's nearly 20 years ago since my grandfather passed away on my mother's side of the family, and you're thinking, oh, he's gone, now his mother's still around. Yeah, she's watching everything, and she knows and acknowledges everything. Why? Because it's all true. And in the day, you can't take what you would say if the police was completely involved. You can't take that matter into your hands. Even if I was on the premises, I couldn't done those things because I wasn't always on the platform. So in the day, it was Daisy's fault, Devious Diesel's fault, and then his wife's fault. Why? Because it's three suspects. That's all it took. Three damn suspects to get rid of it. And now I'm asking for respect and redemption and honesty and trust from every one of those employees up there right now, thinking they got away with blue murder, saying, oh, we got to keep you off the premises. We got to do this because the management tells. Well, do you know what? The management is not going to be honest with you, and that's the reason why it is it's agreeable to actually say, look, this is honesty, this is truth, this is logic, and this is respect. And you want me to say like, why was you booted out? I will say to you now, in black and damn white, that I was booted out by three people, not four. Why? Because the fourth one was viewing everything. So when he received the letter, he says, go ahead with it. Basically, because whatever he sees, he believes. Right? Which is why in our way of thinking, the way we operate, right? We use our eyes and ears for everything. But if you didn't see the event um, happen, you can't set people up that way. It's wrong, and it's still wrong today. It still applies to the law. It applies to us. Why? Because you can't set up someone that is disabled with all their disabilities or whatever problems they got and acknowledge that this is what's happened. Thank you very much.